Let's have a look at the opening goal then. And the fact that Mbappé had quite a few players around him...
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You can have 25 around him.
Yeah.
The great players decide what they're going to do with the ball. And we've seen here again, these aren't even chances, obviously. And eventually when we see it does break to him. And of course, Morocco, as usual, have got plenty of bodies back. You're just trying to battle for second balls. And even there, if you stopped it there, you go, listen, there's no danger. But what these great players do, they dictate what they're going to do.
4 players around him there,
and, you know, and I can be critical of defenders and maybe not trying to kind of get closer, but they're frightened to death also that he could spin him and run him behind. So the defenders don't know what to stick or twist. Even here, you're looking at the defender going, can you stick your leg up even? But they're half frightened to death of what to do.
Because he's made himself smaller, Diop,
yeah, of course, which is getting... But you're thinking, get your leg up to block it. But then if you think you put your leg up to block it, he kind of maybe go past you. So players don't know what to do. He's in charge of every situation.
He looks like he's more afraid that the ball's going to go through his legs, because we know when the ball goes through the legs, it normally beats the keeper. Like, he was in two minds. He didn't know what to do because it's Mbappé. He could go on his left, he could go on his right.
And is that what happens, that great players completely befuddle the opposition? Is that what happens?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you look at maybe R9, a Thierry and Mbappé. Once they get you in that position, you're literally at their mercy.
When they are inside the box, it's quite really difficult to touch them because they've got so much pace and really good on the ball. So, as a defender, you don't want to be too close because he will be passing you really quickly. So you'd want to create those distances and to force him to pass the ball. But at the same time, when you create those distances, you allow him to take the shot and then he score the goal.
And some of these are really good defenders, but they also don't want to be made a fool of. Because what happens when they do get too close, as I said, he'll just do a spin, he'll do a trick, which you've seen already. And the type of goals he's getting in this tournament, running behind people, shooting on the edge of the box, again, players are frightened to death.
Now, Mbappé leads that from Messi on assists. And, of course, the thrilling thing for us is that Messi, Haaland and Kane are all playing on Saturday evening. So, as you said it, Roy, it's a shootout. It's a shootout in the OK Corral, isn't it? As we are.
It's great to see, yeah.
Brilliant. The second goal, great finish, but talk everybody through, again, on Mbappé and the run he makes and what he does to help Dembele.
Well, what he does, what he helps Dembele with here is the way he waits and that run what he makes across the defender here. It's even Mazraoui, even now he's got to change his position and he can't get his feet in the right position to maybe even make a block on Dembele because the run is so precise and it goes now. It's brilliant timing. Now he's trying to set himself.
He's actually spun him around,
He's actually spun him around. So he's not set. He can't even get his foot up. Goalkeeper maybe could have got an arm on it, but again, the goalkeeper is when's the shot coming because he can't see it, and then, you know,
we talk about the pace of the French, even that example there. These players are lightning quick. There's a lot of good players out there who are quick, but these lads are like lightning. And again,
so you have to make a decision instantaneously, and it won't always be the right one. I'm talking about the defenders.
Yeah, of course, they're just confused. And when they do run in behind, just as if you go, can I get to him? He's electric. He's already gone. You're not catching these lads.
But you just have to look at the pace that Mbappé attacked the space. You know, the speed that he ran into just to create that space for Dembele. He had the options with Barcola on the left-hand side, and he had another players on the right-hand side. But the fact that he created that space, he came a little bit more inside and he's facing the goal. And
the space comes from Patrick is that Morocco obviously have to try and get back in the game. But when they lose on the halfway line, it's as if you're in trouble already. You're on the halfway line. They're certainly going to create a chance or get a shot on target. And obviously the goalkeeper should do better there. So teams, again, as soon as they start pushing up to try and get back in the game and they're leaving spaces, the French lads with their pace, it's happy days.
It's a bit like the fighter jets we had up here the other day for the July the 4th, isn't it? I mean, it's so quick.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't know where to look. And before you realise what's happened, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
You can't do anything about pace. You can't. If they're electrifying like that, there's nothing you can do about it.
France through to the semi-final. They'll play away from Miami in the evening. Here is the route to the final. So France will play the winners of Spain against Belgium, which is tomorrow. Does anybody want to make a case for Belgium, Roy?
No, well, they're up against it. You'd have to fancy Spain, but Belgium have stuck in the tournament. You think they were going out, what was it, last week when they were 2-0 down Senegal? Yeah, they showed a lot of fighting spirit. The managers made some big calls. So we certainly shouldn't underestimate them, but they are up against it.
So Lukaku has come off the bench in the last 3 games and scored every time. Would you start Lukaku, or would you think the French centre-halves would go, thank you very much indeed? He didn't start the last game, De Bruyne didn't start the last game, and Doku didn't start the last game.
Yeah, those 3 players are quite big names and really important players from the Belgium side. But if the manager is satisfied with the decision that he's made, and the team perform and they manage to win the game, why not? Why changing the players? You know,
Spain, yes.
Spain will be a different, of course, opposition. But if they give satisfaction to the manager regarding what he wanted to, I think he should keep the same players.
Spain have not conceded a goal yet. They've scored 9 in 5, haven't conceded one.
Yeah, because they ain't played France.
But it's a bit like Spain's sort of like death by a thousand cuts, isn't it? France will tear you to pieces.
Yeah.
They have to, but Spain just keep the ball pass.
They'll keep the ball going, and you could probably see with the pace they've got and the capability in the midfield to keep the ball and maybe get it to the wingers. You know, they can go short or they can go long. You know, you'd have to see if they can implement that against a France side. But France are, in any situation, you feel like, again, it all focuses back on their front men and what they're capable of doing, even when the game's not going in their favour.
You think Spain comfortably against Belgium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I mean, it feels that way, doesn't
Yeah, I don't know
it?
about comfortably, because again, we got to give credit to Belgium. They've shown a bit of fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Again, the manager's made some big calls. But yeah, maybe just edge it to Spain, because listen, they know how to win big matches, and the European champions for a reason. So yeah, just edge it to Spain.
I mean, there's a feeling about Spain is they're such a complete team, aren't they? They won 2 years ago. That means a lot, Patrick, doesn't it? Because you know what it's like when you've won something, you have an extra level of confidence, and there's a balance to their team. It's hard to find a fault with them, isn't it, with Spain?
Yeah, it is. You know, before the competition, I think we were all convinced that Spain will be in the semi-final or the quarter-final. Big nation of football. But I think, you know, France will not going to have any kind of issues playing against them. Because I think that France is a better team today than they were 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't think Spain were the better team today than they were 4 years ago. So I think, you know, they still have, of course, Yamal. Look at that smile.
I'm listening, sir. I'm listening, sir.
But I think...
They've got to beat Belgium
I
first,
don't-
though, Patrick.
They will have to, but I don't see anybody really stopping the French team going to the final.
OK. All right. Well, we'll see. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back in the...
Kylian, thank you very much for the emotion conveyed. How are you feeling? We indeed were worried when we saw you sitting on the pitch. Please reassure us. Well, I had a little knock on the ankle, but everything is well now. JP was feeling better for the remaining 15 minutes, and he was able to play a bit. What is the secret of the French team? We've seen in your attitude, in your looks, that you do never give up, even when you are leading. We've mentioned that you are on a mission, and I don't really know what else to say. It looks that tomorrow's game to know who's the opponent is. Was it tough to see Ashraf sad at the end of the game? No, it wasn't. It will be harder when we'll meet in the changing rooms, because obviously then we will become friends again. On the pitch, we were here both to win. When I see him in the changing room, yes, I will have some feelings, because he's a dear friend of mine. Thank you very much, Kylian.
Yes.
So obviously he's got the confidence to do it again, but it is unfair because it's a pressure situation. Why he has to wait over 3 minutes? It's not fair, even for these world-class players.
Well, it's got so interesting that our stats man, Joel, has a mission, should he wish to accept it, which is to work out in this penalty, including shootouts, how many have been missed when the player has stuttered.
Well,
It just seem an awful... A third of all penalties have been missed in this World Cup. 21 out of 60.
it just seems like you're just giving the goalkeeper an opportunity to make a move, do something. I saw Jordan Pickford do one the other, but he went too far one way. But I could see where the goalkeepers are now having to try something, because this stuttering, we've seen that it can be quite profitable, but now we're seeing that the goalkeeper...
Now, he did stutter against Paraguay, and he did score, but there was nothing like the delay. And I think, Patrick, the feeling is, when you've waited that long, the goalkeeper's going to probably stand more still, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the delay gives a little bit more stress on the players. And the difficulties is to understand why there's so much delay in the penalty that was quite obvious. But, yeah, I think Mbappé, if you're looking at the picture again, he will not going to be happy with the way he takes the penalty.
Like, time is the enemy for a striker, and that's it when you're waiting. So it's almost given the advantage of going back to the goalkeeper
Feels like
and the team who conceded the penalty. So, again, it's not right.